Hey, what's going on, everyone? Choco here, and welcome back to some more Choco's World. And as we have the iron golems falling so peacefully, you may notice that I've reverted some of our settings, our graphical settings, to have our grass blocks being more, well, grass-like. This wandering trader, I've already traded with him. He had some pretty good stuff, actually. Let me show you guys what he had. He had some blue ice. I got some acacia saplings. I wasn't sure if I had any of these. I know I can find them, but I figured why not. And he also had some coral blocks, which is kind of neat. But anyways, yeah, we went ahead and reverted some of those settings so some people can stop being like really concerned. They're like, why does your grass look that way? It was literally just Optifine. I didn't have any texture packs or anything. It's just Optifine. I think I turned on like the fast grass, which actually turns out to be slower than the normal grass, which I didn't realize. So I actually set that back because I think it should help improve my performance a little bit. I also made the graphics back to fancy. And then I also changed my render distance to 16. Real quick note before we get off in today's episode, because we are going to want to launch in fairly quickly here. The render distance, I switched it because obviously I'm in single player world, right? So like my render distance is directly tied to what is loaded at a given point in time. I have a sneaking suspicion that this farm does not work in spawn chunks. Now, not to say like if you build in spawn chunks, it's not functional, but I don't think it takes advantage of spawn chunks working, at least in a single player world. Maybe in a server it does, but in a single player world, it didn't seem to, as far as I could tell. And the way I kind of ended up stumbling upon this was I was in here AFKing and I walked out and these two villager clusters were active. Those three were not. And that I was at a 12 render distance, which I find kind of strange, but because I'm pretty sure I'm within the 12 even whenever I'm in here. I could be wrong about that. But I did that and it didn't seem to want to work. So I don't know. And what I mean by it wasn't active was that I actually waited and I ran over here and then they weren't actually spawning in golems, even though I was AFK in that building. So if it was active, you would imagine they would have slept and stuff. So I think that there's something else going on where villagers abide by certain different rules. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not technically savvy enough to know like what's going on, and I don't really think it's worth the testing. Everyone seems to be indicating that like 115 is coming around the corner, so I don't know. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about what we're getting into this episode. So last time we obviously got ourselves a nether star. The nether star, of course, is going to be leading into our good old-fashioned beacon, so I can go ahead and dig. And the idea was that, okay, I'm going to take the beacon, plop it down over there or wherever the case may be, and I was going to dig out the hole. And I was like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. I don't see what the problem would be here. And then it dawned on me, and this is going to seem really stupid to a lot of you, but to me it was like a real, like maybe it's obvious now that I'm thinking about it, but I feel really dumb for not noticing it. I can just dig the area out that I need. I don't know why that's like a revolutionary like thought to me, but I didn't think about it. I was just sitting there going like, man, I gotta dig this all out. So I mean, I do eventually want to do that. Don't get me wrong. That certainly is something that would be like pretty nice to have. But is it completely necessary right now? I don't know. And like, cause digging this out was a pain, right? And we have so much more to go. Because this is one chunk, and then I have to do that 8 more times and all the way down. And this, we're not like, look, this isn't that far. We're at 72 right here. We got a long ways to go. Even down here, we're only talking 66. We have to go down another 56 blocks. That's crazy. That's madness. So I'm not so sure. I think what I might honestly do is we might just dig the actual inner part that we care about. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't think about that, but it makes sense. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Again, I know I probably sound like a crazy person, but it just never occurred to me. I still, again, I'm not really sure why it never occurred to me. Am I dumb? Why do these golden carrots look... Oh, okay. It kind of looks like a campfire from that angle, but am I an idiot? Don't answer that question. It's a rhetorical question. Anyways, so what we're going to be doing, of course, to make ourselves get into the digging process a little bit faster, I'm not going to time lapse it. I don't think it'd be all that interesting to watch because it's just like, and a hole is appearing. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut here for the YouTube episode, and I'm going to go ahead and dig. But before I do that, we do have one task that we want to do to make sure that our lives are not complete misery, which is I need to go ahead and make our beacon for the very first time. This will be the first beacon of the series. I'm quite interested to see how this goes over. We do have some iron backed up. I did have some inventory management that I had to do kind of a couple times, but I did AFK for a while. You can see here we have most of the materials as well as a lot of these blocks of iron. I'm not going to touch those particular blocks, but I will be using these bad boys. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to quickly just yoink that out of there. All right, and then let's go ahead and make some iron blocks. They're called blocks of iron, I always forget. All right, so iron blocks. Very cool. I don't remember exactly how many I need. I think I needed like 2 and some change of stacks. So let me quickly go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so block of irons. Very neat. Okay, that should be more than enough for right now. And then let's go ahead and start putting one together. I also need to make the actual beacon. Right, so I'm going to need glass, and then I'm going to need 3 obsidian, which I should be able to swing. I am not entirely sure if I have it here. I don't think I do. So let's go ahead and harvest some real quickly together. And then after I do this, we're going to be digging. And then after I dig, we're going to go ahead and start putting together. I don't know. Maybe I should. I probably should be a little bit more diligent. We'll see. I'll try. I'll see how long it takes me to do one shoot. Ah! No! What? Oh, I was AFK for a while there. Dang it. Well, I mean, like, on the upside, I have a way home, but, like, bro, why must you be the way that you are? Okay, fine. Fine. We go. I move. And then we're going to go ahead and get this obsidian out of here. I'm just going to take the corners right now. And, all right. And we're good to go. Then with our handy-dandy fireworks, I doth summon my elytra. Oh, this is going to end so well. Okay, where am I going? I'm going this way. Haha. All right, beautiful. And then let me go ahead. I wonder if it will link the portal again. Let me see. I'm actually not sure how this will work. I feel like it should. Will it know to look there? No, it worked. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm going to need to flint and steel that portal back up so it turns back on. Okay. Let's go ahead and hop on over. And should be all good. All I need is a flint, really. So this should be a-okay. Also, random aside, I've never really appreciated this, but man, we have a really good system. I know this is kind of like tooting my own horn kind of moment. Like, man, we have a really good system in this series. Like, it really feels weird to think about the fact that we're on like episode, I don't know, like I think we're less than 20. I'm going to be able to check here in a moment, but we are not that far along into our series. Let me see. So our Choco's World, this will be episode number 14. And for episode 14, we're pretty far along. So yeah, we've made a fair bit of progress in this series pretty rapidly. So I'm pretty proud of us. So go us, honestly. We've done really good in this series. We've gotten pretty far. We've done a couple of good things. And then sub episode 15 even. I said, wait, I think I said the last episode was 13, I think, yeah, it was unlucky number 13. Let me just double check that again, because now I feel confused. I'm pretty sure this is episode 14. Yeah, so this is episode 14 right here. Wow, we're killing it. Anyways, so let me go ahead. Let's throw this beacon together. And then I'm going to start digging out our little storage area. And that should be all good. If you're curious, by the way, as to which thing I'm going to be using. This, by the way, I put a crafting table down here so I can make blocks of bone. So bone blocks, what are they called? So yeah, it's just, I compressed our bone meal because that thing's been going for a while now. And it was getting a little bit weird. It was pretty full. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was like, man, I probably should have put this in the tree area. I'm starting to regret that decision. I'm a little bit concerned though about spawn chunks. If you guys know anything about spawn chunks, let me know. Because I'd be curious to understand why it does what it does. Because to me, it doesn't make sense. So I'm actually quite keen to learn about why that isn't working the way I expect it to. All right, but anyways, let's go ahead and make our beacon. And off we go. Also, the Pokemon Let's Play series, the first episode is out. So in theory, it should be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for uploads on that channel. And we'll see. We'll poke around. It is a Let's Play channel, so maybe I'll like mix in something every now and again on the other channel as well. But let me know how you guys feel about it, and if you guys enjoy it, then obviously be sure to let me know, especially on that channel, because I'm checking the comments a little bit more, even like past a certain point. So just let me know. Let me know how you all feel about it, and I would really appreciate that. That would help me out a lot. So yeah, see if you enjoy it, because I know I'm actually really enjoying Pokemon Shield. It's it's a pretty fun game. Low key, my real rival is Momo, and I'm pretty sure she would whoop me. And I mean, like, not like a regular level of whooping, but like a big old whooping. I'm pretty sure she could kick my rear from here to Doomsday, because she's strong, fam. She real strong, and I'm not nearly as good of a Pokemon trainer right now. Eventually the grind will win, I think, maybe, possibly. But I think for right now, it's one of those things where you just gotta know. You just gotta know when to back down, because she's quite far along. I think she's on the 5th gen? I don't know. She's like on something like that. She's pretty far along though. All right, so let me go ahead and see here. So I'm gonna need a 9x9. So let me think here. So I'm gonna just stack it a little bit. So let's see, if this is 16, then it's 8 either way. So maybe like 4 either way. So something like here. Okay, so that's 5, 7, and then I just need to dig this out. And the reason why we're building it here, of course, is because I want it to have pretty good coverage. So if you're curious to why I'm doing it this way, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and 9. Very cool. And then this in a similar way. So this has to go 4 that way. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead, put this together. And tell you what, I'll be back after we've managed to put it together, and then we'll bask in the glory. Actually, no, we shouldn't. It's our first beacon on this series. I know, again, a lot of you guys are going to be like, yeah, okay, Choco, big deal. I make like 800 beacons a day. I wake up, have my breakfast, and make a beacon. Like, yeah, I know you guys like your eggs and beacon. But like, this, fam, all right, this, for me, it's a first, all right? It's the first time we've made a beacon in the hardcore environment, and I'm very proud of us. It's small achievements like this that make Minecraft, I think, a lot of fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. Because this is a testament to, number one, I managed not to accidentally get killed. And number two, it's also pretty cool in that we've gotten ourselves a beacon to help with digging this early on. I don't think I typically even use beacons all that often, which is weird. This coming from the man who also dug a giant hole with, stone tools, so I can't really say very much, but I think this is actually quite good for us. So I'm quite pleased with our performance in this series. Also, I've noticed that a lot of people are not like really digging the series anymore, or at least like there's been a little more downtime. I don't know if it's like a busy time of year or whatever, but let me know what you guys would like to see as well. If you have a mod pack or something, I can't promise you I'll play the mod pack you ask for, but I'm certainly open to ideas. I'm kind of not really down for KwehCraft and stuff like that, because it seems like it was kind of a flash in the pan. People were like really excited by it for a little bit, and then everyone's kind of like, yeah, but then it's kind of like whatever. And then it seems also like there must have been a handful of people that really just knew how to play it, and that was kind of the end of that. Like, they're just like, yeah, that was kind of cool. All right, we're done. I'm just like, wow, okay. That seems pretty wild, but let me know about things on this channel you'd like to see that's Minecraft related. I definitely do want to do some more Minecraft stuff. I think that the next multiplayer series, unless I'm like very pleasantly surprised by some people who are like, hey, I'd love for us to play together and stuff like that, and I get kind of blindsided along those lines in a good way, minus anything like that happening, I would imagine that the next series you're going to see out of me is probably going to be me and Artie, but we'll see. So just let us know. And I think I already screwed this up, but let me just And then an iron ingot, because we be cheap out here. And then I guess haste. Haste 2. Pog. There you go. Haste 2 on the beacon. And just... what? Oh, dear. Okay. Just like that. How did I... what button did I even hit for... okay. Hidden advanced tooltips. Cool. All right. Sweet. Okay. So there's our beacon. And now... now we dig. Now we do the part that's not really fun or anything. Now we just dig. Darn it! But again, we'll dig out this chunk right here, and then after we finish digging out that chunk, we'll see how it feels. If it feels like really intense, well, not like intense, but if it feels like it's just too much, I'm not really willing to do it right now, then we might just dig out the area that we need. If I'm up for it, I'd like to dig out the whole thing, because eventually I'm going to need to do that anyways. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward and not too awful. So here's to hoping. Anyways, I'll see you later, and hopefully what you're going to be staring at is a really, really big pit. If not, it's going to be one big pit, well, one like small, medium-sized pit, and then an empty box underneath the ground. All right, and this is how far we got. Now, that may look like a pretty deep crater to you, but in truth, that's only, let's see here. Does it even say, actually? I'll have to be closer, I think. Yeah. So this is only down to 55. Then we did find this cave here, but the cave is kind of beside the point. 55. That's nothing, to put that in perspective. Like, we really didn't make that much progress, and we put in a fair bit of time. If you're wondering how quickly we're breaking blocks, dirt's a one-shot break, and then stone, andesite, granite, that kind of stuff. Like, here, I'll just show you guys real quick. It's a one-shot break as well. Like that. So, while that's all fine and dandy, that means that we would be here for a long, long time in order to collect all the materials that we need. And so I caved. And while I'm not quite sure on a design for a flying version of this, which would be the preferred version, I think what I'm going to do for this particular dig session, just so we have this as a point of reference moving forward, is that we're going to go ahead and be testing different kinds of TNT things. And we're going to just go, and until we find a good one. If the second one's a great one, or this one's fine somehow mysteriously, then great. But we're going to go ahead and test things out, because I'm poor in slime. I don't really want to grind slimes again. So we're just going to go ahead and use what we have to make a regular basic old TNT duplicator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it with a lever, and we're just going to obliterate the ground here. I don't expect this to work super well, but it should be marginally better than what we would do if we were doing it manually. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just kind of like, meh. So we'll end up seeing. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start this off. I'm going to do this by memory. Although, I say we're doing this by memory, but truth be told, I really should know this by now. I have no idea what I just did. I meant to hit F3 and G. And I think I hit something else. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the center right there. So I should have been building over there. Off to a tremendous start. That glass. You hate to see it, but sometimes you just have to be able to say goodbye to these things. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the center right here. So let me go ahead and build off of this. Let me just confirm. I am not, yep. I did indeed watch Sesame Street. That's good. All right, and then that should be good right about here. All right, so I'm going to go one back, and then I'm going to try to put together a little TNT boy. And it's been a minute, so hopefully I will not completely botch this. But I believe... oh, haha! I forgot the start of the show. So as with all things, the TNT duplicator, the basic version, like the one we're going to be doing right now, is going to be a sticky piston, 6 slime blocks, a cobblestone wall, TNT, and a fan coral of some sort. So I do need to take one of our limited fan corals. I think it's in the video somewhere. I'm going to have to go find it eventually. But this is the most valuable of the resources for sure and by far. So I need to be a little bit more careful about what I'm doing with these guys. We did end up losing one of them. But anyways, let's go ahead, head back, and I'm just going to try to whip together A quick little TNT duplicator. Now, the reason why I'm showcasing this at all, and why I didn't just decide, like, just, you know, YOLO and let's go ahead and do this, is because this is really cheap. This is like a super, super duper cheap version of what you can do. And I think that's not a bad thing to showcase for right now. So that's why I'm doing it, if you're wondering. And I hope that makes sense to a lot of you guys as to why I would do that, because sometimes you want to clear out an area early on in the game. This is not a half bad way to do it. So, oh, man, I'm falling. Excellent. All right, so let me go ahead. I guess we'll collect some of this glass since we're already down here. And, ooh, an extra stone. All right, so let's go ahead, head up. So yeah, again, the requirements for this is like, what, 6 slime blocks, cobblestone wall, TNT, fan coral, a detector rail, and also a mine cart, which I also forgot, because I am super prepared, because I am the greatest YouTuber that ever has lived, Kappa. But yeah, this should be pretty okay. After I dip into my reserve of iron, I am the extreme confused. Question mark? Do I not have a crafting bench here? I thought I did. I appear to be wrong. Okay, that's all right, because there is a lonely thing of birch, right? Yeah, there's a lonely thing of birch that's happy to turn into a crafting bench. All right, then we're going to go ahead. Nope, we're going to go ahead and throw this down, make myself a mine cart. Very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and get to building this bad boy. Again, we're going to be doing this manually, so there's no like double observers and stuff. This will drive the cost down a little bit more, which is pretty handy, to be honest. And then we're just going to take this guy, and we're just going to make L shapes for a lot of this, to be honest. And we're going to be building this not too terribly far down. I don't know how far the radius will be, but hopefully it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm not really super sure as to how this will play out, but, you know, we'll see how this goes. I think a water bucket would be advisable here as well, because I'm already having a hard time getting blocks where I need them to be. So let me go ahead and make a bucket specifically for water. And we're keeping our milk bucket on us just in case we have pillagers that come by to mess me up. Because while they will not screw me up a whole lot, I don't think, but I don't want to start a raid, because raids are annoying. So that's why I'm doing it the way I am. But anyways, let's go ahead and head back. And if I do everything perfectly, then this should be a one-shot do. I do tend to screw up the priming of the TNT. I tend to mess up that position, so we'll see if I've learned anything. And I say that, and you might be like, well, Choco, if you phrase it that way, surely you have. There is absolutely zero guarantee I've learned anything. I really screw this up more often than you'd imagine is even possible. But it is the way I operate. So, like it or hate it, that's me. All right, so let me go ahead and put that right there. And you're just going to make 2 L shapes like this. All right, very, very cool. And then it's nighttime, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep away the night. But then we're going to need, at the very end of the top L, I'm really hoping that memory is serving me all right here. But I really do need to learn how to do this from memory soon, because I can't keep depending upon not doing it from memory. I have to learn this at some point. I really do. All right, so, oh wait, no. What am I doing? I did screw this up, I think. So I think that these guys actually, truth be told, wait, how do I have another water? Wait, did I recover a water bucket? How is this happening? Okay, I'm not super sure how that worked, but all right. I guess I won't ask questions. Up, slime block, I do want you. You are, at the moment, still a commodity. I would like to hold on to you as best I can. All right, so let me go ahead and break. Okay, and then work that down. All right, and then I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, very cool. And then on the other side of the equation, I'm going to take my dead coral, and I'm going to slap that right there. I'm going to take my detector rail, slap that right there. My minecart, let that sit right there. And then if I were to put the TNT directly underneath it right now, it's going to go ahead and activate the TNT and it'll explode. So I'm just going to leave that right over there. And make sure, so this was the part that I screwed up, I believe, last time, which was I just kind of like put it down and when the piston was extended, make sure it's not extended, because what's going to happen is the slime should move everything forward, which will in turn activate the TNT, and then whenever you pull it back, it should be A-okay. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not super positive that I've done this right, but hopefully I have. We'll see very, very shortly. So let me go ahead and pull these glass blocks off of that so it doesn't interfere with our slime blocks. I think we're all good to go here. Let's see if I've done it right. There it goes. All right, that looks promising. And again, we're just doing this because I'm being a cheapskate. Now, one upside of this is that I can spam the ever-living snot out of it. Admittedly, that's probably not the safest thing to do, but it'll be fine. Also, you will notice that there is one weakness to this design, and in general, this is true for TNT things as a whole. You have to be a little bit mindful about what's going on with water and liquids. Liquids will mess up your ability, or the TNT's ability to actually like properly do its job. So just be aware of that, because as you can see right there, like it kind of screwed this up. But hey, you know what? That dug out a fair bit of blocks that I didn't have to do anything with, so I'm okay with it. I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead upstream, and let's keep on spamming some TNT, shall we? It's always fun to work with TNT. I don't know why we don't do more with TNT, outside of the fact that it's extremely dangerous and could conceivably kill me, but... Okay, I mean, it looks like we're making good progress as far as I can tell. I don't really know. Yeah. It looks good. Go, keep going. And sure. What we were hoping to see is I'm hoping to see bedrock. But as of right now, I'm seeing a whole lot of everything else, so we're gonna keep on going. And so the major downside of this whole thing, right, is the fact that I make this now, I dig this big old hole here, but then after I manage to dig this hole, even to bedrock, let's say, the obvious issue is going to be that I'm going to have to move it eventually, right? This isn't the only hole that I need to make. I need to make this fairly large. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to spam the living bejeebers out of this. And this is why like a flying machine would normally be advisable, because it can go back and forth for you and cover a certain area. Let me see. Is that TNT hitting the ground right there? Yep, it hit the ground level. All right, cool. So let's keep on going. Yeah, on the upside, it's going. Oh, there we go. Bedrock. Booyah. Now that we've gotten to bedrock, yeah, what should theoretically happen is if I keep on spamming TNT like this, and this is dependent upon you like basically spamming click as fast as you can, you'll see that they're going to explode kind of like sideways. So that should be pretty decent. Let me see. Let's see what kind of damage we're talking here. I'm not going to really worry about picking any of this stuff up. Outside of like if I find something super valuable, although I'm kind of doubtful that I will. Yeah. I mean, there's like redstone and stuff, but I'm not going to really stress about it. All right, so we did manage to find the very bottom. It looks... Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, we're good. Yeah, it looks like we are looking at the highest one sits at about 4. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so I just need to keep this going, and I need to just do this a whole lot more. And yeah, we'll eventually get there. I'll be curious to know, for those of you who are watching this series, this was a conversation that was had also in chat, and I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to wonder if this is really just a function of time, and people are just like, dude, we really don't care. I think of this as a problem for any Minecrafter that's playing on their own world, right? Like if you're playing on just a vanilla world, you're playing with your friends on a server or something, or you're just playing on a single player world and you just don't want to use cheats, you're probably going to encounter a problem like this, assuming that you get to the end game of Minecraft and you're like, I want to make a farm. Do you guys want to see me just use World Edit or something so I can clear out the space so we can just get on with the rest of the content? Or is this a problem that you'd like for me to overcome kind of in a vanilla way? Because it obviously, like, if you're presented with a problem, it becomes a big enough problem, you're going to look for a solution, so on and so forth. So let me know. Let me know how you guys feel about this. But either way, though, I'm pretty content with that. I mean, look at what I've dug out, right? It's not the prettiest hole that was ever dug. It's not like anything wild or crazy. But it did cut a lot of the earth up for me. Like, it did pretty darn good, if you want to be honest about it. It's pretty nice. it's pretty good. I do think I'm going to take some time to look into flying machines, though. Because while this is great and everything, I can't imagine me moving this, like, I don't know, maybe like 4 blocks at a time. And then, like, 4 blocks, remake, 4 blocks, remake, 4 blocks, remake. I would imagine that I would just want to do this maybe like, I don't know, like a chunk wide thing. And even if it costs me time for slime making, I think that'd be worthwhile for me investigating. So anyways, I'll be back. And yeah, because I don't know. I don't think I want to make this. This is a good option. I still wanted to showcase this to you guys anyways, because if you were like, yo dog, I'd be poor and I want to still do this, this is your beginner TNT drill. It's really basic. As far as I'm aware, it's the cheapest that you can make. So I would say that this is a pretty good shout if you are interested in making your own TNT drill. I'm going to quickly break that though before anything bad happens. But yeah, if you're interested in doing this kind of thing, I think that this is a phenomenal way to start your whole TNT drilling life, as it were, on this very, very simple boy. And also I need to make sure I break that with that, and then we should be good. All right, I just need to make sure I recover all of my... You try so hard, but you don't. Ow. But let me see. Oh, Lord almighty, am I even going to find it? Uh-oh. I need to find fan coral. Okay, I found the fan coral. I have 4... So I need to find 1 more slime block. I did not think this through. I did not think this through at all. What have I done? Okay, hold on. We can figure this out, guys. We can figure it out. As a matter, well, I think what I'm going to do is after we make this, I think I want to cover the ground in glass. That way it's like flat and it's even. But I think it won't count as anything bad towards spawn rate. So we'll have to see. But either way, I need to find 1 more slime block and then we can continue on our business, because I think all the flying TNT drills I've ever seen require a fair number of slime blocks, because it's just bigger, right? It's a bigger machine, and it's also, not only is it a bigger machine generally, but it's a bigger machine with a couple of things that you have to worry about. Like, you're gonna have to worry about certain things like, number 1, having the slime blocks to actually make the machine moving. I'm pretty sure all those just despawn on me. Yikes. That's kind of scary. What? Nope. Not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. But you're going to need slime blocks for that. You're going to be needing obsidian for making the stopping points. Although I guess you could use like furnaces and stuff. I didn't really think about that. But yeah, I suppose that would also be a possibility. Man, this is a humongous pain to get out of here. Jeez. Man, I figured it'd be sort of annoying, but I didn't think it'd be this annoying. And it's also getting nighttime, which is not helping, man. It's not helping at all. Okay. Oh, there it is. There are my slime blocks and my sticky piston. Wait. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I was like, what? I have an extra one. Did it dupe one? No. It's because we had an extra one in our inventory. I forgot. All right, so we covered all of our stuff, right? Let me make sure I'm not lying to you guys. Quickly sleep away the night, but let me just check. So sticky pistons, 6 slime blocks, TNT is all good. Rail, cart, and the coral. So I just need to get that one thing back, and then I think we're all good. I'm not gonna. I know a lot of you are going to be heartbroken about this, but I think we're going to have to live with the fact that we may not end up with our buddy old pal, the lever. I think we might leave her, as it were, because I don't think it's going to come along with us on this grand journey. Did it? Yeah, yep, there it is. There it fell all the way. What an absolute monster. Okay, up we go. All right, so let me go ahead and do some research, and I'll be back after I am content with a possible TNT thing. And hopefully this episode is going to have like a resolution to the problem. I would hate for this to be an episode that's like, yeah, so Minecraft turns out to be a hard game. All right, see you guys later. Like, I'm hoping that we'll eventually come to like some kind of good conclusion that's worthwhile. But anyways, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm in my prototyping world, and you might be like, what are we doing over here, Choco? And the reason is because I kind of am a weird spot right now. I need to ask you all for your help. So I think this is the design I'm going to go with, but let me explain our situation before I go ahead and kick off into this whole thing about what you're looking at right here. But basically, I wanted something that was one step up that would work for what we're doing for the storage thing, and then consider the problem at the big scale, which would be, in truth, since we're kind of already going down this route, once I find a slime chunk, I would like to actually go ahead and flatten out the whole spawn chunk area, which is going to mean that we need to make something that's much larger. Now, we don't need that just yet, because that usually involves getting a lot of slime blocks, and we don't really have a consistent slime farm. As fun as going out into the swamps are and just like YOLOing it, I'd prefer to go ahead and make a slime farm before we start this. So I wanted something in between. Something that was literally just one step up from our TNT drill, which is how we came here. Now, I did check out some other videos. I looked at some different ideas, and I checked from, I think, Mumbo's experimenting with auto diggers, I think was the video name. There was one from, I believe, El Mango called World Eater, and I want to say Ray's had something that was like the precursor to the 3D quarry and stuff, and those were all great for what they did. I was looking for something a little bit simpler though, and I came across this particular design. I don't know if this was originally from this person, but Pink Fluffy Llama. So I'm just gonna go ahead and type that in here in case I do forget to leave his channel in the comments or something. But there you go, right there, Pink Fluffy Llama. I checked something out from him. It's called the 114 TNT Flying Machine / World Eater Java. Again, I don't know if this is originally his design. This looks familiar to me in terms of this looks like a docking station for flying machines generally. Same with the kind of way that the slime blocks are organized. But I don't know about this thing. I don't know, because this looks like the carpet duplicator to me. So I would assume that this is just like, it was the carpet duplicator plus the TNT activation module. I don't know. But yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. But I'm not going to run it just yet in the world. You might be like, well, why not, Choco? And the reason is I would like for you guys to take some time, if possible, and run some ideas through. Do some research. I would really appreciate this, and I think this would be kind of fun. I want to give this a try. Shoot down in the comments for me some ideas for what you think. It could be from another YouTuber. It could be of your own design, whatever the case may be. I do ask that you make it in video form with hopefully a world download. Not necessary, but very helpful. And let me just see what designs that you all can find or come up with, because if I can find something that's relatively cheap and we can do the whole spawn chunk area, then great. I would love to do that. If we can't, then, and this ends up being the best, then we'll go ahead and do this, get our storage system up and running, and find a slime chunk this way before launching into the rest of it. So either way, this is me asking for your guys' help for the next episode of Choco's World. And we'll see if you guys enjoy this kind of thing. Maybe we can do a little bit more collaborative work on these kinds of projects. I think that'd be pretty cool if we could. Now, as for what I'm looking at right here, again, you can look at the original video from Pink Fluffy Llama. But from our perspective, all this is there's kind of two modules, right? There are the docking modules. They're exactly the same, just flipped over. And so you're going to want to make sure it's lined up. I'll show you what the orientation is. But this is the docking station. You're going to have the cobblestone wall on your TNT thing hitting the obsidian block. That's going to stop the whole thing from moving. And then the docking station here is just going to look at what's going on. send out a signal on a 4-tick delay, and then move this trap door, which is going to go ahead and send this back on its merry way. Same exact thing over here. So that's the docking station. I added a lever on this block, although you could add it realistically pretty much anywhere around this area, or you could even modify the trapdoor itself, and that would work too. And this just shuts everything off. Now, whenever it comes to the actual TNT module, it's pretty simple. The cost of this in terms, so each docking side, you're gonna need 2 of them obviously, but the docking side just requires on each side, so I'm just gonna do one side just so multiply by 2 for whatever you need for the docking. You're gonna need 1 trap door, 3 redstone dust, a repeater, so 4 blocks of any kind of building block type, obsidian or otherwise not movable block I believe would work. So I think like furnaces would probably work here. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on it, but I think it would work. And then 1 observer. So again, oak trapdoor, 3 redstone dust, repeater, observer, and then the building blocks, and then obsidian. So that's going to be for each of the docks. So there you go. And then for the actual TNT module, you're looking at a total of 10 slime blocks. So you're going to look at this one side here. So let me quickly see if I can kind of separate it out for you guys so you guys can get a cleaner look at this. All right, cool. So you can see the docking module more cleanly again. But on the TNT module, you're looking at an observer, a sticky piston, 5 slime, TNT, fan coral of any type, and a cobblestone wall. And you're going to need a mine cart as well as a detection rail as well. And that's going to make one side up, and then you're going to make the same exact thing on the other side for a grand total of 2 observers, 2 sticky pistons, 10 slime blocks, 2 TNT, 2 fan coral, and 2 cobblestone walls. And then the 2 detector rails and mine carts, if I didn't mention those. So I think this is a pretty good compromise. This is a pretty good way for us to like embark on another it's one level above the TNT drill, and cost wise is about what I would expect for just a step up. This should work, right? So in theory, so if I were to run this bad boy, which I believe I could just do with this. Oh, well, I didn't have the rail on here, or I didn't have the minecart on there, so rip, but you get the idea. This thing would just kind of run along, although it doesn't seem to be launching any of my TNT, which is sort of concerning. There it goes. So imagine this going on both sides. I just don't have the minecart in here. But yeah, this thing would go ahead and keep on running and running and running until I tell it to stop. So whenever it's going this way, this side doesn't activate, but whenever it's going backwards, that side will activate. So that's the way this works. So let me know if you guys have a better idea for how this can work. The weaknesses of this design, number 1, it has no way to move from, it can move back and forth in this direction. So in this particular case, we're talking about the X direction. It can't move along the Z direction. So that's the weakness here, is that I can't have one of these and then just have that run the whole way through, which is kind of a bummer. Another weakness of this is that it does not adjust height. This I'm not super worried about, but something that might be useful if you can find it, it would certainly be a perk. Cost-wise, I think that's actually not too bad. And the only other thing that I would say, it's a weakness, but a weakness that I don't think is realistic to correct. If you can find a way to do it that's cheap, awesome. I would definitely entertain the idea. But basically, this thing is not immune to liquids. If there's liquid on the ground, that's going to mess this whole thing up. So something that could be interesting. If you come across anything, any kind of fun designs, let me know. I'm going to hold off on working on this until, let's see here, let me think. Well, I'm going to put this video up, and then I'm going to start the work probably in earnest on Thursday. So yeah, let me know. Let me know if you guys find anything, and then I'll check comments for like certainly the first day as I normally do. And then I'll see if I can find anything that works well. And then I'll be working at the very least this on Thursday, and then we'll go ahead and at least fix out the storage thing. If you guys can find a really good design that's relatively cheap that we can carpet bomb the whole spawn chunks with, then maybe we'll make something cooler. So I leave that question and challenge up to you all, and I'm curious to see what you all come up with. But for now, that's actually going to be it. I know it's a kind of a short episode, but really, this is going to be one of those things that I think it's way more interesting than me being like, I dug a hole. Yeah, isn't that cool? But instead of just saying that, I think that we're going to go ahead and we're going to mess around a little bit with these good old-fashioned TNT things. So I think that's a real big problem whenever you're playing survival. And maybe if you guys want me to like do it via world editor or something, we can figure something out. But assuming you don't, assuming you're not down for that, this is a pretty big issue in terms of how you go ahead and you get yourself to bedrock. It's not easy. It's not simple or fast, but it's something that can be really important. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this short episode. I hope that you all are going to be able to give us some really cool ideas. And then I can share it with everyone here and on the video. So let me know what you all come up with. What do you come across? Or maybe if you design it, that'd be amazing. But let me know what you all come up with, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. So anyways, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this short little episode involving the cheapest TNT drill that we can make, consider leaving a like rating on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and notification bell, of course, if you'd like to be notified. And yeah. Oh, also, I think, fun little factoid. I think I can do this, actually. So you can AFK it if you really want to. But anyways, that's going to be it. So today oh dear. Today we just went ahead and made ourselves a really basic TNT drill. I'm showing you guys a new design that we might be using for the next episode. And yeah, we're on our way. We're working on the storage area. We're slowly digging out the hole. And things are going pretty well. And we of course made our beacon as well. So next time, we're going to be making some kind of TNT device for, at the very minimum, the storage area. And if you guys find something really wild, which I don't think is very likely, but if you guys do happen to find one that's really effective and makes sense for where we are right now in the series, maybe we'll do the whole spawn chunks, who knows? But should be a good explosive time either way. So thanks for watching, and until next time. Oh, and as always, and most importantly, rather, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful, safe day. This is actually terrifying. And until next time, everyone, ciao for now.